All right. You have been wandering around my base for like the past 2 weeks. You are now mine. Happy? Hello, and welcome back to yet another episode on my Let's Play on the Casual Craft server. Thank you for stopping in to check out my video. As you can see behind me, I have been working again on my island a little bit. Mostly planning things out and figuring out stuff out as I go. This, as you can see, is where I had this hill before, and I'm going to move the back end of this out to this coastal part and have it just kind of cut straight down, as you can see right here. I'll eventually, once I connect that in, I'll dig all that out, and that'll make the inside of that mountain even bigger for my eventual storage room and farms and whatnot. But as you can see coming over here, I actually quite like how this is turning out. So I have a bit of sand here, and I have the sand coming up onto the land instead of just staying on the edge. Kind of a wall there. I think I need a couple more pieces of grass in there. And then I have this little cave thing right here. I had this little indent uh, that I didn't remember that I put there, and I thought it'd be neat to put like a little, just a little cave, and with a little grass overhanging the top. I might even put some vines. That might even be like another way to get into the back of my base. I don't know. We could probably do something cool with that. I was thinking putting a way to the base back in here, but actually this might just be. I might make this a little dock area. Like this, I'm probably gonna bring around, like extend this along here and actually connect to the hill that will be over here. And then like up this part right here is going to be raised about 4 or 5 blocks, like part of the hill, and then slope down to this side. So there'll probably be like a little path that comes down off the mountain this way and kind of leads to right here. And there'll be like a little mini set of docks here. Because I know the big set of docks with all the big ships is going to be way on the other side up north on the northern island, but that doesn't mean we can't have other blocks. And then you can probably hear I have a villager in here. I think I had him last. Oops, good thing I didn't hit him. I had him last time. You probably saw this cobblestone thing. He is the last survivor from the very first raid I did, the one that I didn't record. He's the one that he protected himself by going up into the top of the church where the raiders couldn't get him, the pillagers couldn't get him. So that's one villager. I had to go out and grab another villager from someplace else, and then I can. Uh, Once I have two, I can make more. That's fine. But I think the next nearest village is farther away. There is one over near the mesa, which would be the closest, like village. But I don't know if there has been people there, so I don't know if anybody's taken all the villagers from it. But I might go out and grab one just so I have them. Um, So, like I said, this is mainly happening. I'm going to be doing most of the terraforming off camera and then doing updates like this little one right here because I don't want to bore you all with nothing but terraforming stuff because we've done a lot of that in older episodes. So, I might do, if there's like a major thing, I might do a time lapse for it later on going forward, but for the most part, it'll be me doing terraforming in the background away from everything, and then the episodes themselves will be other stuff. Like today, I'm thinking I want to try and go out and find a trident because I have never had a trident for myself ever since they first became a thing. I've never found one. I've never bought one. I've never played with them. So, and pretty much nobody's selling them at spawn to begin with. But also, I feel like the very first one I get should be like I should go find it myself. So we are going to go on an adventure today and see if we can't find some drowns. So I'm gathering up some stuff to go looking for drowned and hopefully get a trident. I'm gonna bring some water breathing. Actually, I'm gonna make a few more while I'm here. But I was thinking that this could potentially go good or bad because, again, it's pretty much up chance whether you're gonna get one or not because you gotta find. Well, wait. I think tridents will drop from any drowned, but wait. What do I need? Yeah, I need this. I'm trying to think of two things at once. That, and I think, is it redstone or glowstone? I don't remember which one. I'll look it up. But anyway, I know tridents can drop from any drowned, I believe, but it's a lot less of a chance for drowns that don't spawn with one. So you have to go out, hopefully find drowns that spawn with a trident in their hand, and that gives a better chance of dropping them. But you're still not guaranteed. So I could go out and search for a while and not get anything. So what I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna put all of my I'm gonna put my searching into a time lapse that you'll see next. And what will happen is if I end up going out for a long time and don't find one, I'll just do the quick time lapse and then we'll move on to other stuff in this episode. I have a few other things that I've been wanting to get done that I put off. So, yes, I was right. It was what's redstone for extender. So, what we can do is I want to get the tower finished that I started because again, like I said, I start builds and then I leave them and I never finish them. So I want to get a lighthouse portion and the top onto that tower over there. So that's one thing we could do. Or I want to get at least a cow farm started, like a micro cow farm with the 2 cows that I have over here, so that I can get more steak and leather, and I can and maybe actually a cow farm and maybe also a reed farm, so that I can make a bunch of books. Because I do want to put a bunch of books in my shop just in case everybody has. So, and that's another thing. So there's three little things that we could do. We could finish the tower, make 2 little farms inside our hill, or find out other things to stock my shop with. Because again, for my shop, I'm not necessarily worried about getting anything special in it. Like we have the dyes, we have the guardian stuff, but other than that, it's like I just want to have stuff in there. Whether people buy the stuff, that doesn't really matter to me. It's a matter of I have a shop and I'm participating in the marketplace, and just so that there's a little bit of variety in case somebody comes along and say, "Hey, I need a little bit of this," and I have it, they can get it. So yeah, so what will happen is I'm going to grab the rest of the stuff to go out search for drowns, and we'll have a little time-lapse montage of searching for them. If I find a trident, we'll go from there and do trident stuff, and if I don't, then we'll move on to one of the smaller projects. And we are back from hunting drowns. Unfortunately, I did not find a trident. And unfortunately, my search got interrupted. While I was out and about, I was flying all over the place. Probably I was in places that haven't been loaded before. And I ended up stumbling upon a corrupted chunk. And so it started crashing the server. And every time I would log on, it would crash the server. So I had to stop playing for the rest of the evening, which kind of sucked. So I'm still waiting on the people that can get it fixed to get online to get rid of the corrupt chunk and get me to safety. Luckily, they were the mods and the admins were able to save all my stuff, so like they got all the stuff out of my inventory and my enter chest just in case like my player data has to be deleted. So I don't have to worry about that. I just have to wait for somebody to fix the chunk that I'm in so it doesn't crash the server. So since that's been a thing, I hopped into my creative world that I have for this season and did a little bit of designing. So I designed the top, as you can see, of my tower and a little bit of what will be the little lighthouse thing. I kind of like, other than the fact that I don't have this roof in, I kind of like the simplicity of this. I know the one that I have on the server, this area is too wide, so it needs to be brought in a bit. But I am extremely happy with the top. Like the final little piece there, the swoop there, and the roof just angling up ever so nicely. And I know a thing with pagodas is like one of the themes is the seven, because there's seven tiers, and then at the top they have like seven tiers of like gold rings. So I have seven gold blocks at the top. I'm really happy with it, like I said. So this is what I will be capping the top of my building with, and I'm probably gonna do since I had to come on here and design stuff anyway, since I'm waiting to get on the server, I might as well do this next. So when I do am able to get back online, I'm gonna collect materials and start working on this bit. Well then, you gotta love how things end up working out. So as you can see, I was able to get onto the server. However, there is something a bit different, as you can clearly see. So for the past day, it's been a day since I made that last clip, and we've been trying to figure out what's wrong with the server, what's wrong with the corrupted chunk, and try to fix it, and we have not been able to. Um, Even my main account, Shirotatsu, is still over in that area, and every time I log in with that account, the server crashes. So we tried deleting the region file to get rid of the chunk and hopefully have it regen correctly, and that didn't work. We had them delete Shirotatsu's player data, which I thought would have like reset my position and spawn me back at spawn, and I would have been safe, but that didn't work. I still logged in, same place, and crashed the server again. So we had to go with another option for now. The staff was nice enough to let me whitelist my second account to use while they try to figure out what the heck's going on. So this is my old camera account that I used probably 4 years ago when I tried to make videos before and failed at making videos before. But this is Kuro Ryu, which is it's kind of dorky, but like Shirotatsu, my main means white dragon, and Kuro Ryu means black dragon. So it's kind of like a yin and yang thing that I had going with my two accounts. But but anyway, yeah, for now I will be playing with this account so that I can at least play. And we'll have to figure out what's going to happen with my main account when they figure out what's wrong with Chunk. But Anyway, at least I can play. So, like I said in the last clip, I'm going to go ahead and try and finish this tower as the last part of this episode. I'm going to go collect the materials I need. I have the wood I need and the terracotta. Actually, now that I think about it, I might have all the resources I need. I just need to go do it. So I'm going to go collect that stuff and get started on it. So while I'm heading over here to start fixing up the rest of this tower, I did want to talk a little bit about what we did with the searching for the tridents and whatnot. So, like I thought before, I didn't think I was going to find one, and of course, didn't find one this time around, which is unfortunate. But also, oh, there was one here. Oh well, that's fine. The thing is, I don't know if I want to go out and search for one like that again, because until we figure out what happened with the chunk and whatnot, I don't want to accidentally, like, hit another one, potentially. So, what I think I'm going to do, instead of going out searching for one, which, even though that's what I wanted to do, we're going to go ahead and do a trident farm. I'm not good at working and talking at the same time, apparently. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to make a trident farm, which they're actually, from what I have seen, they're quite simple to make. What you do is you go out and find a river biome, because drowns actually have... Here, I'm going to move away from that water because that's really loud. Drowns have a better chance of spawning in a river than in the ocean, like, because in the ocean there's extra requirements, like they have to be 5 meters, like 5 blocks below the surface, and it has to be dark and whatnot. In a river biome, they can spawn anywhere, so you can make farms way up in the sky. So what I'll do is I'll go out and find a river and actually, like, pan out and make a trap, and we'll try and find a trident that way. And I'm also thinking, not pretty much nobody at spawn is selling tridents, so if we make a farm and it actually works, we might be able to sell some tridents at spawn as well. That'd give us something to work with, and kind of a nice thing to get people to come to the shop if possible. I think I was talking with somebody while I was actually searching for the trident, and I think I might have they came across the same idea as well. So I might already have competition. And with the fact that I kind of lost a day of working, or a day of playing with the whole chunk thing, I don't know, they might even have theirs up and running already. That I do not know. But either way, that will probably be next episode, which that one shouldn't take too long to do. Because like I said, it's really simple to do. It's pretty much you outline the river, take it up to the sky, and you have to use a turtle. Well, you can either use a turtle, egg, or a villager, because drowns are attracted to those to actually get them to come to a central location, and then you just farm them. And because it's like, once you get tridents and shells, like, you're not gonna need the farm that much anymore. So that's why it's really simple to make, and yeah, we'll get to that in the next event. So, like I said, I'm not good at building and talking at the same time, because you can clearly see me meandering while I'm talking. So I'm gonna go ahead and build what I built in the creative world and see how it turns out. And so, after some nice relaxing building, we have the reveal. So I really like how it turned out. I left the light out. I'm going to play around with what the actual light will be, because I kind of just put a placeholder in the creative world. But the roof, I like it. It's got the 7 pillars, or the 7 little rings of gold at the top. I'm going to have to get more gold to finish the spots around the lip, but all in all, it turned out quite nice. But either way, I'm going to leave the episode here. Thanks for sticking around with me through all the stuff that's happened. Hopefully we can get Shirotatsu figured out and saved pretty quickly, but we'll see what happens. But thanks again. Hope to see you in another episode. If you would like to play on the Casual Craft server, there is a link to the Whitelist application in the description below. Hope to see you again. Have a good one. Later.